you love the thought of Mike Costa doing this?
Just call the Gladiator.
All right. Greg Todoroff and Nicolas Esayian have their own TV show here on the side here.
Yeah.
On there. Big Biz Show. Welcome to the program. 110 million TV homes strong, 150 radio stations, and of course,
Oh, look at that.
Uh-huh.
I almost felt like I needed a beer when that came out.
yes. Hey, Nick, we should talk about that because it seems like every time I'm with you, last time at church, hey, I need a beer.
Need a beer.
Can I say that there's always a story, and I can tell you as radio guys, me and Mike and Greg by extension, you go through these talk series stories and you see the phone lines where they call up. And Junior Seau has some sort of encephalitis and kills himself because of a brain injury.
Yep.
And you hear about Billy Ray. Of course, it's the NFL, but I'm bringing up all San Diego Chargers. So.
Sure. Yeah.
But the point is that it's this 800-pound gorilla that's not going away, but then it goes away for a while.
Yep.
And then suddenly, we get this, this social moderate consciousness about, hey, we really should do something. And you start seeing those shows on Netflix about, the kids wearing helmets over helmets, or those whatever they put over these things.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, I understand the light thing, but you do have to fix this, because when you and I play, like Greg and I were the biggest guys on our football team by like 7 inches. Like we were 6'2" when we blew dry our hair. The 6'2" guy's a kicker, and
Right.
he's not really playing that much
Yep.
now. The guy, they were training differently. This is dangerous. So how do you intersect the performance level, because I want to run as fast as I can into that brick wall
Sure.
and not get hurt, along with what the real problem is here, which got you guys started in the first place?
Advanced materials and tech, right? You were talking about your football helmet in high school. A lot of the helmets are still made of plastic. Think
Yeah.
about that.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Wow.
I mean, they're made of plastic, the same foams, the same steel face masks. They make them look fancy, but we're bringing all these new materials. Stuff comes from aviation, auto racing, the military. And hey, for 20 years, we fought the war on terror. All of what was learned there is embodied in this helmet and our other products. And that's where the advancements come from. Now, football's safer than it's ever been to play. My kid plays. We've got multiple neurologists that are on our advisory board. Their kids play.
Yeah. They used to have offensive coordinators. Now they have neurologists.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
just
much.
tell you something. So when we were in football in high school, I was more concerned about how cool my cage looked than the.
Well, that's-
They
See,
still
that's-
care about it. They still care about
The
it.
cool Oh, yeah. factor
Yeah.
is remember a couple of years ago that one of the Padres pitchers wore that insert in his helmet, and he looked like
Bill, he looked like
That's
Bill
right.
Lambert.
Luigi from Super Mario
Yep.
Brothers with his giant head, and everyone in Major League Baseball said, "Yeah, I'll just take one off."
Well,
the
they
film. I ain't
well they
wearing that."
pursued him and they ridiculed him because he was afraid of releasing the ball and having a line drive come back at about
Exactly.
120 miles an hour.
Yeah.
But the cool factor, unfortunately, yeah, safety is number one. But you have to admit, with NFL players, it's like, hey man, my brand.
Yeah,
I
for
can't go
sure.
out there looking like
Yeah.
Moonhead.
Yep.
I need something that's that's going to make me look cool.
So Nick, we've talked about the highest rated category of helmets. We've talked about the weight of the helmet. We've talked about the advanced technology. What's the business? Is the business getting a utility patent to where everybody who puts F-18 fighter pilot all the way down to a Pop Warner football player puts your helmet on, or is it selling helmets? And by the way, I would argue that if you get the NCAA behind you and college football behind you,
Yep.
it's all over, because every kid wants it, and now NFL has to go with it.
That's it. We just permeated the NFL. We've got 30 D1 schools starting to wear these things in small numbers, but we've got thousands and thousands of high school kids.
Yeah.
So it's a process, and it's two things. You've got the person wearing it, whether they're 6 or 36. Nobody buys their own football helmet. The Pop Warner does, the school does, the league does, the team does. That's who wears it. That's your customer. But who buys it? It's the equipment manager, it's the parent, it's the coach, it's the athletic director. So you have to sell both. So we've got 12 patents, we've got protection, we continue to expand that, but all of those patents not only apply to football, but they apply to how these materials interact and how they protect. Now, we have the advantage of weight, gives you performance advantage. So the player is saying, hey, I'm faster, I can react quicker, I can jump higher. But then the parent looks at our neurologists that are saying, hey, this is the best product that's out there.
Would the NFL allow it for, let's say, because I worked the Steelers-Raiders game Sunday night.
Yeah, we hear every day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm a sideline reporter. for the NFL.
Yeah, sideline reporter.
I went to Coleman College, which is basically high school with ashtrays.
It was Tallahassee Tech. Anyhow,
You realize that junior college is high school with ashtrays.
is it pretty much?
Okay.
Yeah. Can Devontae Adams do an endorsement for you saying, hey, it's Devontae Adams with the Raiders and I wear a light helmet? Would the NFL allow that?
We can pay him and he could potentially wear it. So example
That's like a shoe contract.
Like an NIL with a college player?
We're doing it with Cam Rising, right? He was going to wear the helmet either way because he got knocked out in the Rose Bowl wearing a competitive helmet. He came to us and said, man, I need to switch, right? This wasn't a big impact. My head hit the ground because the helmet weighed a ton and that added to the impact. So we switched. He didn't even want the cash necessarily, but the university required it. NIL now is a big thing. Some of these.
Well, I would argue the path to liquidity is through NCAA versus because those guys you can pay them.
You can, right? And the NFL's got some rules, and like the owners of teams can't own part of a helmet company.
Oh,
right?
okay, gotcha.
Because of the liability, et cetera. They can't endorse one. There's a conflict of interest. So what happens is NCAA or NFL team, it gets approved at the high levels, right? Then it goes on a tree in the locker room. The kids come in. Now you got a 19 to Tom Brady, 46-year-old kid walking in. Why do I want to wear this? Safer, perform better. But some of them are like, well, I've been wearing the same helmet for forever, right? Look at Brett Favre. He invested, or not Favre, Rodgers. Ooh, I get in trouble for that. Rodgers invested in Vices. He never wore a Vices helmet. Why is that?
They wouldn't allow it.
Well,
His agent would not allow it because, okay, let me ask this for you. Get out of here. What's interesting about a privately held company is we can actually ask you what you're looking for. You're looking to raise money?
We're looking to raise money.
I can't do that with a public company, but I can with you.
Awesome.
So in private companies, you've got the friends and family round, you've got the Series A round, and then you've got the mezzanine round, and eventually go public or get. Where are you at right now?
We're at the Series A. We're trying to raise $10 million. It's a challenging environment.
Is that enough money?
It is for us to get to the next level to build a bigger valuation, right? And that's the goal. Because we're in this to make money. I think there's an admirable cause behind this, and that's why we're doing it. For sure. I made a lot more money in the infomercial business and than in this business. But
Mike was the star of the Flowbee.
It was actually called the Suck Cut.
Wow.
Nice.
And that did suck, didn't it? Nick, I want to help you get the word out here, and I also think it's interesting because next time we have you on, we can talk about the other verticals here. It's not just about football.
No, it's not. It's a $1 billion industry, and the total addressable market is huge. So whether it's football, hockey, and we want to get into construction, because what do construction guys watch? Football and hockey.
Exactly.
Now I got a cool tactical helmet, this brand on it, and now you're talking 25 million helmets a year.
Hey, what if you're married to a narcissist? Would this be good? Asking for a friend. Her last name's Sullivan.
I always tell people.
Big Biz Show. Thank you, Nick. Appreciate it. Nick Esayian, Light Helmets, lighthelmets.com. Or you can contact us here at the studio or go to Sully Speaks Money. I want to help you guys out here. Plus, don't you want the next time you get pulled over, what if you had this on? Yes, officer. Yes, officer. Fantastic stuff. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.